My fine Eton's daughter gave me her wedding blessing with one unusual condition. Yesterday I learned what that requirement cost her and why her simple request meant everything. When James proposed last spring, I knew his 3 adult children would have mixed reactions. His wife had passed away 4 years earlier after a long battle with cancer, and while I never tried to replace her, blending families is rarely seamless. His sons warmed up quickly, but his daughter Ellie remained distant. She was polite but reserved during our occasional dinners, answering questions with minimal detail and leaving as soon as was socially acceptable. When James announced our engagement, Ellie requested a private lunch with me. I arrived at the restaurant with a knot in my stomach, expecting either a confrontation or tearful plea to reconsider. Instead, she surprised me with a small gift bag. "I want you to know I support your marriage to my dad," she said, maintaining careful eye contact. "I have just one condition." Inside the bag was a delicate silver bracelet with a small blue charm. "Weird is on your wedding day," she explained. "Something blue. It doesn't have to be visible in photos, just somewhere on you." It seemed such a simple request that I agreed immediately, relieved her condition wasn't something impossible. When I tried to ask why this particular item mattered, she changed the subject. Our relationship improved after that lunch, not instantly close, but genuinely warmer. She helped with wedding planning, joined family dinners, and slowly shared more about herself. The bracelet remained a mystery, but I assumed it had belonged to her mother. Yesterday, 2 weeks before our wedding, Ellie invited me for coffee. She seemed nervous, fidgeting with her cup before finally speaking. "I need to explain about the bracelet," she said quietly. "It wasn't my mom's." The story she shared changed everything I thought I understood about our relationship. During her mother's 3rd cancer recurrence, 15-year-old Ellie had made a desperate bargain with the universe. She'd created a bracelet blue for healing and wore it continuously, convinced that as long as it stayed on her wrist, her mother would survive. For nearly 2 years, she never removed it, not for showers, swimming, or sports. When the band frayed, she reinforced it. When her wrist grew irritated, she switched arms. "When Mom died, I was alone with her," Ellie said, voice breaking. The hospice nurse stepped out, and suddenly Mom's breathing changed. In that moment, I did something I still feel guilty about. I cut off the bracelet. I decided if it couldn't save her, I didn't want it anymore. The moment she cut it, her mother took her final breath. In Ellie's teenage mind, removing the bracelet had somehow caused her death, a private guilt she'd carried for years. "I kept the charm, though," she continued. "And when Dad told me about you, how happy you made him, I decided to remake the bracelet, not as a death token, but as permission." Her eyes filled with tears. "By asking you to wear it, I am finally admitting Mom is gone, that Dad deserves happiness again, that I can let go of this superstition that's haunted me for years." I reached across the table for her hand. "Why didn't you tell me this before? I needed to know you first," she said simply, "to make sure you understood this wasn't just about Dad moving on. It was about me moving forward too." We sat there holding hands, 2 women loving the same man in different ways, connected by a small blue charm that represented both an ending and a beginning. On our wedding day, I'll wear Ellie's bracelet, proudly not hidden away but visible to everyone, not just as something blue, but as testament to a young woman's journey from grief to acceptance, and her tremendous courage in giving her blessing to our new family. Some wedding gifts don't come in boxes or appear on registries. Sometimes they come in the form of healing offered by those who've paid the highest price to provide them.